Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and today I'm going to talk to you about a game called Transistor. This is a really cool RPG that I got the chance to play over the last week or so, and I really enjoyed my time with it. The game isn't very long, the main story is only about 6 hours or so. However, what there is in this game is very deep, meaningful and enjoyable to play through. In this game you play as the heroine named Red, who unfortunately has lost her ability to speak. However, Red has what is called the Transistor Sword, and the Transistor Sword is the narrator of the story and comments on everything you choose to do in this game. Now, the story of this game is very good and very suitable for a more mature style audience, but what really appealed to me with this game is its combat style. Transistor uses a action-adventure style isometric space system, very similar to games like The Legend of Zelda or handheld versions of The Legend of Zelda at the very least. But what I really like about Transistor is that at any moment's notice you can use a ability called the turn command. And the turn command allows you to freeze time and play the game more methodically like a strategy RPG. By using the turn command, you can set up Red to do a sequence of events which you will then execute at a moment's notice when you press the button again. What's really clever about this is that once you've used your turn command, Red is then vulnerable to attacks because she can't attack until the bar refills. And so you've kind of got this balanced gameplay where you can choose to play as an action-oriented style, or you can choose to slow things down but be vulnerable during your enemy's turn while you are waiting for your turn to recharge. I think it's a very clever idea, and it's a very good way of melding two different styles of gameplay without actually changing the combat entirely. Now, as you go through the game, your hero will learn a variety of different abilities called functions. You can equip up to 4 functions at a time into your active slots, but what is great about this game is how flexible it allows you to be with the remaining functions available to you. Your remaining functions can be equipped to upgrade slots, which change the way your abilities work. So for example, in this next battle you're going to see, I will have my basic attack allowed to be split into 3 different attacks in order to do a little bit more damage. There are also a passive slot which allows you to change the way your character is buffed so that they can have a variety of different effects as well. What's really clever about this is that this ability system plays into the difficulty of the game, where instead of having a difficulty system which sends you back to a checkpoint when you lose a life, your character instead loses their abilities and you are unable to use these abilities for a couple of battles until they have kind of reloaded or recharged. It's a very kind of cool system because you can easily become very dependent on certain commands, such as the ability to dash and run away. However, losing that can be very impactful to your gameplay style, and so it forces you to be flexible with your style and try out different things in order to be successful and get through the game. It's a very clever style, and I really think this game is kind of unappreciated in how original its ideas are. Last but not least, before we wrap up this video, I have to really point out the game's incredible art style. I absolutely adore all the assets in this game and how they are all hand-drawn. They look incredibly stunning and they are incredibly pleasing to the eye, and you don't really get to see this kind of effort put into a lot of games anymore, where people use mostly just 3D effects. Guys, give Transistor a try. It is an incredibly good game and you'll have a lot of fun with it.